Falcon fans, and of course, Falcon fans. You already know what it is. You already know what to do. One time for the fan. Who knows what episode it is? We're in the 200s. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast. Terry!
What's up?
I lost a battle yesterday.
What battle was that, Sir Jack?
Battle with Don Julio.
Don Julio, huh?
Don Julio
Undefeated. Undefeated
don't
Don
many things in
Julio.
life, Terry, but Don Julio kicked my ass, man.
Man. How many rounds was the fight? He doesn't
I saw
remember.
the white flag and like end of the fourth.
What'd they tell you? Hit the one in the middle? Hit the one in the middle.
Tyson and Jake Paul made it longer than me, man.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I had to get up, orange juice. Terry, you saw how I was talking to you a couple minutes ago. I was like, why the fuck did I just wake up?
Right. Why?
Hey, breakfast at one time for the fan. Big shout out to everybody here in the chat. Want to send an apology, first of all, to everybody who wanted to catch up on the Wednesday show. Had a lot going on with work and, trying to get ready for Thanksgiving. That was yesterday. We'll talk about that just in a minute. I want to hear how Falcons fans spent their Thanksgiving. So get your comments ready on that. But yeah, Wednesday was kind of busy with work. I don't even know if you know, Terry, Monday, was it Monday? Yeah. Monday night at work, I stayed over until almost 5:30 in the morning.
Damn.
With the amount of work that we have. So when I talk about, the things that we have to do at my job and how crazy it is, it's kind of difficult, especially during this season because it's a busy period.
Yeah.
But if I'm standing out there till 5:30 in the morning, Terry, I ain't going to be at work till 5:30 in the morning. 18-hour job that day, man. That was crazy. 18-hour shift, bro. But
that's rough.
We're good. Wednesday, same thing. I had to stay back late till about 1, 2 in the morning, take care of some stuff. So it was kind of difficult to, have the podcast and everything. But I want to send an apology to everybody who was ready for the Wednesday show. I got a couple of messages like, hey, Jack, you doing the show?
Me too.
But I definitely want to apologize about that. And then, of course, this morning, our normal 9 a.m. podcast. Mm-hmm. We got to give a pass for those who hung out last night with families and friends for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, man.
Right? I myself did the same. And I got into a fight with Don Julio. And Julio won. So, Terry, how is everything going in your world, sir? Because we have some things to talk about here. Falcon fans saw the Chargers lose the other night against the Ravens. I know they want to talk about that. I know they want to talk some Falcons Chargers preview coming up. But Terry, how has your week been going? How has everything for you been going for my ATL Sports? Tell the people, man.
Yeah, man, everything's good, man. Hey, look, I understand life be lifing. So I get it, bro. It happens. And
all
hey,
lifed up.
You just all lifed up, man. So, you just got to keep it pushing. But we get it, Jack. And guess what? We still love you. It's all good, man. It's all good. On my end, hey, man, I got no complaints. I woke up this morning. Good Thanksgiving Day yesterday. Had some folks come over. My daughter, I'm ashamed to say, abused me on the spades table. I'm embarrassed.
Sheesh, not the way that way that happened the other day at that family fun day that time. Yeah. I mean, I didn't play against you that time. I was Thomas and Michael Nellens, but I saw that you was on the spades table right after me. And,
no, I won. No, I won that.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
So you was doing the abusing that day, but yesterday.
Yeah, I was doing the abusing. But yesterday.
Did you file a report, Terry?
Yesterday was just an off, boy. I tell you what, man, it was just, it was bad. But anyway, she is coming back over today, so I get a chance to redeem myself. So I'm looking forward to that.
Did you invite her back over to say, hey, look, rematch, like post Thanksgiving Spades game?
100%.
Wow, the Black Friday Spades game. I'm gonna have to get in on this one. Is there a side?
It's gonna be a Black Friday ass whooping, sir. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's gonna be a beatdown. But no, man, all's well. I got no complaint. I could not partake in the liquor yesterday, so I was reduced to sparkling cider. Yes. Okay, I did have a little wine. Don't tell my wife. I did have a little. But
Kim's probably sitting right there now looking back at you like, what did you have?
I know, right? I know. Is
that what happened when you snuck off in the garage? Is that what you did?
I had a little, man. I had poquito, just a little bit. But no, man, all was well. I was happy to see everybody. You know what I mean? And hey, man, let's talk some Falcons. So Falcons Chargers, Jack. This Chargers defense is pretty good. I think they're ranked 11th after the game against the Baltimore Ravens. They play a zone scheme, so that typically works well for the Falcons as they struggle with man.
Kirk Cousins is one of the best zone quarterbacks after the month of October too as well.
Yeah, they do get there though. They do get there with 4. So if it's me, I'm going to run the ball early and often. I'm going to try and stay out of 3rd and 6 or 3rd and 7. I'm going to try and keep it 3rd and 5 or less, stay on schedule, move the ball, keep that offense off the field, and we're going to try and win it that way. This is not the team you want to be at 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10 because they don't have to blitz to get there. They got Bosa on one end and what's his name? Mack. What's his name?
Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack on the other. And a whole and they can wreck shop with 4. So you don't want to be in a long down and distance with them on 3rd. You really want to keep 3rd and manageable. Keep the ball moving and let's get touchdowns. You know, let's when we drive, let's get touchdowns and let's keep that offense off the field. And when it's on there, Raheem, Jimmy, let's send at least 5. Okay, Jimmy, we're not getting there with 4. Let's send 5. Let's do.
Do you think that was talked about during the bye week, Terry? During this week of making changes, as Raheem would say, not within the coaching staff, but just how they go about their approach to getting to the quarterback. Do you think there was we sent 4 too much this season, we didn't get there, let's send 6 now? You think that's been a part of what they were talking about this bye week, or do you think it was, hey, Jimmy, continue to send 4, but find a way to put Grady here, find a way to put Judon here, find a way to put this guy here? Do you think it's that, Terry? Because at this point, 11 sacks going into 12 games, I think we are right now in the season?
11
sacks going to 11 games? That's tough.
So we have 11. Okay, well, that's better than – so we got 1 sack last game then? We got 1 sack against the Broncos?
Yeah, I mean, when Bo Nix tripped over his offensive line.
Oh, wow, it's like kissing your sister. Okay, you're right. Okay, sorry. Okay, we did get that.
What?
We did get that. Dude, he tripped and fell. That's like kissing your sister. That's wow. Come on, man. That's you know what that is? That's that Michael Strahan, Brett Favre BS. Where Brett just kind of goes down for the 20. Come on, man.
How can fans hit the like, share, subscribe button? Terry,
we got 11 sacks. Woo.
Terry's on one. Monitors are off today. Have no idea what's going on 285 with Black Friday today. I'm about to get out there in the traffic. I was hoping Terry could update me. Terry's going ham here.
I got my on call, man. I got my on call working the traffic today. But no, look, in all seriousness, man, I would hope they had a conversation.
You have to have that conversation going into the break.
There was a conversation.
If you guys just sat there and talked about the Chargers and the Vikings and all those other things and didn't go into what was needed coming out of the bye, and that is sacks, pressures, getting the QB on the ground, getting off the field on 3rd down, looking at that Broncos game, outside of the Seahawks game, I mean, that was the 2 worst dominating losses you've had this season. You need to get a dominating win this season. Is it possible? Yeah, with 6 games left to go, it's possible that you can get a dominating win. Could you do it Sunday against the Chargers? It's possible. Fans probably don't see that it's possible to get a dominating win against a defensive team like the Chargers. And offensively, they can let it rip too as well. But every team in the NFL, Terry, as you know, every team in the NFL can be beat, right?
Yeah.
So with this Chargers team, ladies and gentlemen, you do have a team that can, they can send 4. They don't have to send 5. If they send 5, chances are a quarterback is getting on the ground. I mean, the defense for the Chargers have been playing pretty well. But I noticed on Monday night against the Ravens, and these are 2 AFC teams. Of course, the Ravens are, they've been pretty good for the past couple of years. Jim Harbaugh has that team looking well. John Harbaugh has that team looking well, of course, in the AFC. But what you saw Monday night, you saw the Ravens really dominate the line of scrimmage. They dominated within the trenches too as well. They ran the ball at times where they needed to run the ball. They didn't put themselves in too many stressful situations, right? The Ravens, I think they played a sound game to even when I was listening to the game at my job, and I was thinking, damn, this Charger team And you try to put in different scenarios to hope that, this can play into them getting beat on Sunday. Damn, they're on a short notice. They have to go fly from LA to Atlanta, on a short week after playing Monday night. Falcons been on the bye. When you look at the game, you're watching Derrick Henry rip up the Chargers defense, and it's like Bijan and Tyler can do that, right? And then when it comes to that zone read, Kirk Cousins, he's one of the best in the game. We just can't have another performance like the Denver Broncos, because you're going to have fans here in this chat going wild about possibility to make the playoffs. I think if the Falcons win this game, your possibility to make the playoffs goes to 87%. You lose this game, it drops to like 51, right? The good thing about this is here for Falcon fans that I'm going to pull this up so you guys can see, because, I want Falcon fans to know what the hell is going on out here in this world, is that this week for practice, you got some players back. And there's a lot of people who don't get a chance to see the updates from the Atlanta Falcons, journalists and people who cover the team. So I'm glad that you're here at one time for the fan. If you're watching, if you're listening, that we can talk about this. But going into that Denver week, we were shorthanded on defense with a lot of players, a lot of people being down. Then going into the game, I think you had like one or two more injuries during the game too as well. So it's kind of difficult. You had Richie Grant playing some corner too as well, and we saw what happened there. I mean, Denver receivers had a field day. But if you're looking at the participation for this week in practice, you have limited participation from a lot of guys who, Terry, last week against the Broncos, they were out, right? So it's good to have some of these players back. Terry, tell me, how does it feel every game pretty much going forward outside of that Panthers game and that Raiders game and that Giants game? I'm sorry. They just pretty mixed up. But the other games going forward, you have some playoff games on your schedule. Teams like the Bucs don't have playoff teams on their schedule. What I do want to get to about the Bucs is they're going to lose 2 or 3 games coming up. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna stand on that right here. And I hate to say it because Falcon fans know we don't rock with the Cowboys. The Cowboys are going to beat the Bucs. They're going to beat the Bucs.
They definitely looked good yesterday.
The Cowboys, the Chargers are going to beat the Bucs. And I'm telling you, a fan hit me up last night and said, Jack, you might think I'm crazy when I say this, but the Panthers are going to split with the Bucs. And I said, tell me more. Because if you think the Panthers are going to split with the Bucs, I'm perfectly fine with that. We've already beat the Panthers. We got to put them at the end of the year. We've already swept the Bucs. Carolina, before you sell your team, that garbage-ass organization, please just go beat the Bucs. Beat them once. That's it. Beat them once. Then sell the team. Keep Cookout, though. We love Cookout in Carolina. Full participation. Darnell Mooney, Achilles, which I did hear reports that he wasn't out there early at practice, that I guess he showed up, a little bit later in the practice. I don't know if he
was getting treatment.
Probably getting treatment. I'm going to go ahead and look back to that, too, as well. I think Mark Raimondi does a great job of reporting for the Atlanta Falcons. Same as the other beat writers and journalists that cover the Atlanta Falcons. Our good friend, Team Glow, D. Alford, he's back out there, too, as well. He had a hamstring situation. Kevin King, who went down during the Broncos game within the first couple plays, he is back out there. Your rookie, Captain America. How is Captain America on the IR last week? It's Captain fucking America. J.D. Bergstrom, he's back out there too as well. Troy Anderson is back out there too as well. Casey Washington is back out there, who I hope we see a little bit of Casey Washington. For the fans that I was looking at Zach Robinson and Puka in LA, like, oh, we can use our rookie like Puka. It didn't happen this year. Maybe Casey gets some more reps later on in the season as you kind of get your playoff berth wrapped up and you get some of the younger guys in so that we can take up some of the veterans who don't have to play. But right now, Casey Washington just hasn't been much of use in this offense. But guess what? He's going to be here for a while, so hopefully he can get a chance to get some reps in the future. Charlie Warner, good to have him back too as well. We needed Charlie Warner on that blocking scheme. I don't know what happened with the run game.
Yeah,
Charlie Warner is a blocking tight end, right? Yes, he is a true blocking tight end, and we've been seeing it all season from Charlie. And it's great to have Charlie here too as well. He's back in action. Go Dogs. Drake London, hit limited participation. Young Ho Koo. I forget what Falcon fan had it that had they changed right hip here and put emotions for limited participation with Koo. That was wrong. Whoever photoshopped that. Right hip injury. Koo was damn near the MVP of the Broncos game, so big shout out to Koo. Cordell Hodge, neck injury, limited partition. Mike Hughes. And Terry, here's one thing. I want to ask you, how does it feel to have these players back at this time? Because everybody talks about the bye, going into the bye, getting healthy, going into the bye, getting healthy. Mm-hmm. Terry, this is getting healthy right here on your screen, right? This is what fans talk about when it says, hey, all we got to do is make it to the bye. And we got to once we get there, we'll be fine. Now you got some players back: Zach Harrison, Chris Lindstrom, Nate Landman, Antonio Hamilton, Jace McClellan, Mike Hughes. Terry, this does feel good to have these players back, but to just see what these players go through on and off the field, I mean, fans, you really have to take your hat off and salute these players. I mean, neck injuries, knee injuries, pectoral injuries, hamstring, knee and Achilles injuries, concussion. Terry, these Falcons throw their body on the line for us fans, for the organization, for the people that want to see us win. But can we just for a second, Terry, as you talk about how important it is to have these players back, can we just take a second to just say thank you to every single one of these players on this team who has us feeling this type of way into the bye week? Darnell Mooney, thank you for being here and uplifting this offense too as well with Kirk Cousins. D. Offer, what you've been doing since you've been here. Casey Washington, even though you've had a couple snaps, these guys have given it their all, right? So I got to give a big thank you to these players. I know it's their job. Someone say, come on, Jack, that's their job. They play football. But they're Falcons, and we're Falcon fans. And to see these players go through what they're going through now, just to get back on the playing field, so that way we can get out here and win this division and hopefully make a run to the playoffs and the Super Bowl. I just want to say thank you, Troy Anderson, Casey Washington, Charlie Warner. You guys are battling injuries. You guys are, trying to get back to 100% for a plethora of things. But I want to say thank you all to all these players out here, because battling injury is tough. No player wants to get hurt during the season. You can see, Terry, there's some players right now, they haven't been injured all season. They've been playing every game, every play, every snap, right? So for the players that's been banged up here in Atlanta that got back to full recovery, remember Carter was out for a couple weeks. Mm-hmm. There's been a report of DeMarco Hellams walking around the facility now. So you're getting an idea. I would love to hear that Braylon Trice is walking around. And that's like, give me some hope that Braylon Trice can be ready by week 17, right?
No, sir. That's going to be next year. Sorry.
That's going to be next year. Yeah. But just to see and hear that these players are back in the building, it really brings that full core unit back again. And fans in the chat will get to your comments. But Terry, how is it to have these players back and to be coming out of this bye week healthy to go up against a tough team like the Los Angeles Chargers?
Show me the money. I'm just kidding. Show me the money. Congratulations, you're still my agent. No, it feels great, man. It feels great. Hopefully we can maintain health. As we had a smorgasbord of injuries, man. I mean, that looks like half a squad right there.
I was sitting in the stands in Denver, and I got a call from the Falcons. Hey, can you play linebacker? No, I'm in my damn street clothes. But yeah,
suit up, 80 on the run. No, in all seriousness, hey man, good to see the fellas.
Number
back.
Says 80 on the top. It says on the run.
On the run. On the run. No, hey, look it. I'm glad that we were able to get some rest. Hopefully these guys can play. Everyone on the list can fully participate on Sunday when it matters, and hopefully we can come away victorious. But you are right. Our Falcons do put their bodies and minds on the line every Sunday. They go out there. I mean, any football player does it, but definitely to each and every one of the existing Falcons and former Falcons, thank you. We appreciate your play. We appreciate your sacrifice. Hell, we appreciate you. So without a doubt, Jack, agree 100%.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Chat is live. Chat is lit. One time for the fan. We're from the fan. It's from the fan. It's for the fan. Let's see what the fans talking about. How was your Thanksgiving? What was your favorite part about Thanksgiving? Did you get a chance to spend time with friends and family? Did you get a chance to hang out? Were you at work? Like, let's go to the chat here. Throw your comments in there. We're gonna read them here on the screen because I
tell you what I did Thanksgiving, Jack. I watched the Chicago and Detroit game. And I'm still baffled by what the hell Matt Eberflus was doing.
So,
like, bro?
That's bad coaching right there.
No, bro, that almost feels like you know what? I'm not gonna say what it feels like, but it feels like, bro, what? That's like Pee Wee football. Who wouldn't call a timeout there?
The crazy part about it is, Terry, I was watching the game thinking Detroit is just finna just manhandle the Bears. And you saw it early in the game where Detroit was manhandling the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, you see the Bears score, you see the Bears get back, you see the big fumble, you see the Bears score, and it's like, oh my gosh. I turn back to the game, and it's like the Bears are about to come back and beat the Lions?
All you needed was 3 points. All you
in Detroit.
It's 14 seconds left. All you needed was 3 points.
You watching the game
out, you run it out, you get your 15 or 10 or whatever yards, and you kick the field goal. What the hell? Like that? Like, what the hell was that?
I'm sitting there watching. I'm looking at because somebody put the overhead view, and like none of the coaches are like running up to Eblis or Euflis, whatever his name is, and they're like, yo, call the timeout. You know, assistant coaches and all that, they're not finna call the timeout. The head coach is finna go call the timeout.
So what the hell was he doing?
I don't know. I was sitting there watching it like, bro, I'm watching the time tick down. And I'm like, oh, you want to kick at the last second,
bro?
Oh, you want to kick it with 5 seconds? Oh, you want to kick it when it 2?
I don't get that.
Oh, you want to 1? Oh, you want to? What are you doing? And then, of course, social media gets lit up. That is the fire moment,
bro,
for that head coach in Chicago. And I hope Raheem doesn't have those moments. I think Raheem,
we're not even going to speak that.
We won't even speak on Raheem doing it because Raheem has been in a situation where I think he should understand game and clock management.
Yeah,
and
we're not even going to put that on Raheem. We're not even going to do that. No, sir. But that was awful, Jack.
It was.
That was freaking awful.
It was. And then to see, the Packers beat the Dolphins, it was funny because Jacobs after the game said, oh, the Dolphins look cold out there. Well, they're from Miami. So I can see why they would be a little bit cold. My friend who was at the game in Green Bay, I texted him. I was like, what's the weather? He was like 20 degrees. I'm like, oh, wow, that's tough right now. But chat is live. Chat is lit, Terry, because we're getting ready to wrap up the show here. Get up out. It's only going to be a quick show today. We're probably going to have another show before Sunday. Everything's back in action now. It's Black Friday. So I'm sure people's out there shopping, getting some things done, hanging with family, spending some additional time with friends. But we also have some stuff here to do this morning on One Time for the Fan. If we would have did the show at 9, we'd probably be talking right now up until this point. But, of course, we have some things to do so we can get up out of here. But you guys will see more of us here in One Time for the Fan. I do want to say thank you to everybody who reaches out to us, asking when's the next show, or is there a pop-up show, or can there be a special guest on the show? We thank you all. That's what this show is all about. It's about us as Falcon fans talking as a collective about how good this team can be, right? I mean, just imagine if we had 100 negative fans in here, how this show would be, right? Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be right, right? Mm-hmm. It would be people arguing, people going at each other, people saying this guy is wrong and this girl is wrong. And mm-hmm. We don't want that. We want fans to enjoy themselves here on the show and in the chat. Jamal D is here. Carlo Wiggins is here. Smooth C is here. Dwayne Ruffin is in the chat too as well. Don't forget the super chats is live. The super chats are lit. So if you want to donate to the channel, we do have a giveaway coming up from everybody who has donated to the channel. I think this is pretty good. We raised a decent amount, I think, for the first set of super chats that we've had here. I mean, we hit 1,000 subscribers not too long ago on going live. I don't think a lot of people know that too, Terry. A lot of first-time guests here. Hitting 1,000 subscribers going live. Yeah. Like, I know people put a lot of pre-recorded content out and shorts and stuff. Like, we just go live. You know what I'm saying? We turn the podcast on. It's in about 15, 20 different Facebook groups for the Falcons. It's on a bunch of different other sites. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure fans are enjoying this fan engagement that we have together. Because Deke is a fan, Jamal D is a fan, Smooth C is a fan, Carlo Wiggins is a fan, Falcon Commander is in this chat, is a fan. Just read the comments. And one thing I do have to say, the one person I haven't seen in this chat recently, Terry, do you know who that person is?
I don't, but I have a feeling you're about to tell us, Jack.
It's the Jacksonville Jaguars fan. Does anybody know why the Jacksonville Jaguars fan hasn't been in this chat? Remember, all preseason, he was the one in here being negative, right? Oh, yeah, big shot. Happy belated birthday to you too, Jarnell. I know you just had a birthday. But all preseason, what was going on, Terry? Terry, y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Falcons ain't never going to be good. What the hell y'all talking about? Falcons, Atlanta, come on, Dirty Birds. Y'all tripping. Has anybody seen the Jaguar fan. Not to mention, hold on. Terry. Remember he had like 15 teams?
I thought he only had Jacksonville. Oh,
Bama was getting beat up on. Remember, Bama was one of his teams.
Oh.
Bama was getting beat up on.
Oh, wow.
He's a Bulls fan too as well.
Sucks to be him.
Also, he's a Jaguars fan. And you see what's going on with the Jaguars. Doug Peterson is probably the next coach up out the door.
Probably.
It's bad.
You're probably right.
Driven that team into the ground. He is driving them to the depth of the bottom of the earth right now.
They're going to middle earth. Yeah, I was just about to say they're going.
They're going to build a new stadium.
They're going to the core. You remember that movie, The Core? They're going to the core.
Falcon fans in the chat, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. William Amy is here in the chat. Look who we got. We got Mateo here in the chat too as well.
What up, Mateo?
Football. We're gonna run through the comments so everybody can get their comment on the screen. We can all talk football together. Michael's in the chat. It's good to see Michael back again, talking Falcons football with us. He's with the one time with the fire emojis.
One time.
Deshaun Coswell. Of course, we had a great special guest the other night with Berto from 95 North Falcons Talk Show. We had so many comments during the show. We couldn't read all the comments. So I do want to apologize once again, because with a special guest, it's difficult to get all the comments in and get through our topics too as well. We want to make sure everybody's involved. We want to make sure everybody's included here, right? Include everyone, right, Terry?
Yep.
And that's one thing that we talk about on One Time for the Fan in our chat. Oh, yeah. Big shout out to Carrie. Big shout out to Bodie. I know they had a great Thanksgiving too as well. I know they had a great time. Carrie was here talking with us on Wednesday. Jimmy Lake kept pulling her microphone and said, nope, you're not talking. Nope. Every time you mention Jimmy Lake, nope.
You're wrong.
Go ahead and cut that off.
You are wrong for that, Jimmy.
The producer on Wednesday was not only Carrie, it was also Jimmy Lake, apparently. Deshaun Coswell is in the chat.
Jimmy Lake was the ghost in the machine. What up, Chris? A1, my brother A1.
Dre Harrison, big shout out to Chris. Dre Harrison said, where's Rook? That's a question I would love to see.
He's on the IR. Isn't he on the IR?
He is, I believe he is down for a couple weeks. Yeah. So I can go ahead and tweet Mark Ramondi and ask him any updates on Helms, of course, as well. Because if Helms is spotted around the facility, maybe it's a possibility we get him back by end of the season, close to playoffs. Maybe not. But it's always good to believe here. A1 is in the chat. A1 forever. Make sure you go follow A1 forever. They have a lot of good content.
Chris?
Over there.
Shout out to the Hawks beating Cleveland the other day, man.
Cleveland who? What are they? What was they, 16-2 or something?
They're 17-2 after playing our Atlanta Hawks, damn it.
Hey,
in Cleveland. We went into Cleveland. Into Cleveland. And you know what we said? We said our Hawks went into Cleveland and we said, we're here to do two things. Kick ass and chew bubble gum. And we're all out of bubble gum.
Yeah, Terry, you talk Hawks as well on your channel. You talk a lot of other sports outside of the Falcons. The Hawks play the Cavaliers, I believe, today at home. Yep. So they're back in the A.
Yep.
Terry, Zach, just quickly, hot take. Zach is working up the possibly rookie of the year numbers. I heard that the other day on a report that he could be in the running for rookie of the year if he continues on a path like this. The other night, I think Zach was a major contributor to the Hawks win too as well. I think like 19.6 rebounds. He was going in. So big shout out to the Hawks. Terry, your thoughts quickly on Zachariah.
I think Zach Ricochet is wait, we're talking about Ricochet, right?
Yeah, Ricochet, yeah.
He was great. He's doing well. He's coming along. Let me tell you something. This Hawks team, look, I'm not saying they're gonna win a championship, but they played well and they handed Cleveland their second loss, and Ricochet kicked ass. Mm-hmm. So, hey, that's look, I was proud of them. You know what I mean? It's like, I like this team, I consider this iteration the baby Hawks. You know what I mean? Because you got 3 new Hawks. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But our baby Hawks did well, man. They went into Cleveland and kicked some ass and told these guys what was what and who was who. Now, I don't think they're going to do that tonight, if I'm being fair. But
remember back earlier a couple years ago now, we ended up beating the shit out of Cleveland during the regular season. You get to the playoffs and LeBron put it to us. We beat Boston like that during the regular season. You got to the playoffs, Boston put it to us. So it's good to see the regular season wins, because you have to get these wins to make it to the playoffs. But the Hawks, I must say, they're battling. They might not have too many star players on the team that many might not know about.
They are battling.
But they are battling right now.
They are battling.
I must say, for Atlanta fans that's into sports, that's just not just basketball, football, college football. Go and check out a Hawks game right now. The tickets are reasonable. They're priced very well. I think they do a good job of entertaining the fans during timeouts and all the other stuff. The Hawks is lit, right?
I'm proud of this team, man.
I'm proud. I'm proud so far. So far.
Yeah.
And I'm a Hawks guy.
Yeah.
Not a season ticket holder, but I'm a Hawks guy. But so far, I must say, the Hawks look good.
Bro, it's funny because when they made that trade for DeJounte Murray, I think it was me, Chris A1, and Bryce Lewis. And we were doing a show, and the whole time I was thinking, this is bullshit. Who the hell is this Dyson Daniels? And Dyson Daniels is a dude,
he has
man.
Turned out to be
Dyson Daniels is that dude.
Yeah, defensively too as well. You needed that.
Daniels is that
last
dude.
Season.
So I just proud of him. But anyway, let's get back to our Falcons.
Let's get to it, man. Vincent Coakley in the chat. Crazy watching the Bears give the game away. We hope that doesn't happen.
Thank you. Dude, that felt like, you know what that felt like? That felt like, guys, we can't let these guys win. Okay, there's too much money. Vegas, like, that's what that felt like. Because what NFL coach would not call a timeout there? That is inexcusable.
Not even that, though. To get to the presser and say, well, I think I did a pretty good job there.
Oh, my God.
Wait a minute. They just announced that he has a press conference starting in a matter of minutes. This could be wild. Like, what do you have to say to the media after this game? I mean, you have players in the locker room saying that the coach let them down. And that's why I will say about the Falcons. Arthur Blank, I don't know what they have in their contracts, but it doesn't matter how bad he gets in Flowery Branch, no matter how bad he gets in that locker room at Mercedes-Benz, you don't talk bad about this team.
No, you don't.
Talk bad about this coach. You don't throw people under the bus. I've seen that with so many. The last time the Falcons ever had anything like that was the Julio situation.
Yeah.
Where Julio called Shannon Sharp and wait, Julio, Julio, you're alive? That's the first thing. You're alive? You're okay, you can talk? Okay, cool. Yeah. Why are you calling Shannon Sharp?
But that was T.O. That was T.O. and Julio here.
No, he called Shannon Sharp.
I know, but I'm saying that
T.O. was in the year and everything.
After that summer he trained with Julio. The trained with T.O. and had a great year. Because I love T.O., but he's the most negative person on the planet. Like he's always gonna, that's him. There's this dark cloud that follows him everywhere he goes. So, for the most part, the Falcons don't have those issues, but it's
even
just
from
sad,
the old Falcons to the new Falcons, you don't have those issues. Matt Ryan, none of his players spoke out and said, this team is garbage. This team is trash. Fire the coach. Get him. You never heard that. You heard that from players from the Steelers before. You can hear it last night with players from the Bears. Malik Neighbors, the rookie, just said it the other night about what's going on in New York, right? And also
shut his mouth.
Here's another thing too, because the fan pointed it out yesterday, and I'm watching the game. He asked for the ball, and then when they throw him the ball, he can't catch the ball.
Yeah,
like there's a couple passes he had last night. I'm like, bro, Malik, why are you doing? You look like, bro, we ain't back at LSU. Hey, Dwayne is in the chat.
I don't like this age of everybody feeling like they can say, bro, you're a rookie. Shut up.
As soon as he's done, he's gonna go start a podcast. D Money's in the chat. Big shout out to D in the chat. Carla Wiggins, Mateo, Jamal D is in the chat. There he is. LBB. Quickly before we get up out of here, talk about the podcast you had the other night with LBB. Yeah. I tuned in for a little bit. This seems like something that could be on Fox, like right after First Take or right after ESPN.
It was not that show. No, it was way too much profanity on that show to be in Fox. No, man, it's just me and my brother. I absolutely love this dude. It was just me and my brother having fun. Those of you who don't know my brother, my brother is
Tack. That's right. Tack McKinley.
Yeah, my brother does a lot, man. My brother does a lot. He does a lot. He's got a family member that he takes care of, and he sacrifices an awful lot to do it. And there's some other things going on, and just from you wouldn't know it to talk to him, but I just love the guy because he doesn't complain. He's gone through I'd say he's been through as much as I've been through in the last 5 years. We both.
I'm not a part of the family, but I do know. Yes, he has been through a lot.
He's been through a lot.
He's a stand-up guy.
Very much.
People like Eric Parker that keep this fan base alive.
Very much so.
People like Eric Parker that keep, friendships alive too as well. Because there's a lot of people in this world that you just can't reach out to talk to somebody. Right. Eric has called me multiple times to talk about stocks.
Yeah.
To talk about football.
Just to check.
Randomly just talk. You know what I'm saying?
Just to check on you. The funniest shit ever. So I had a stroke about 10 years ago, and he was like, "Hey man, you all right? I love you. Don't you damn die. I'll beat your ass."
I'll beat your ass when you dying.
It was the funniest shit
Get
ever.
up. Get up, Terry. Like, get up, Terry.
You all right? You okay? You had a stroke? You all right? I love you, man. Don't you die. I'll beat your ass if you don't. It was funny. It made me laugh. I was thinking about that the other night. No, but in all honesty, man, it was just me and my brother just talking. It was fun. We had a good time. And I just wanted to do that, man. So I thank my brother for joining me.
Hey, man. Falcons fans, y'all are great. Y'all keep doing the damn thing. Falcons fans heading to Vegas. We always put up these events too as well. So you'll be seeing this from time to time. So definitely, if you're listening, you probably won't be able to see what's going on the screen. So you want to head over to YouTube. If you're on Facebook too as well, head over to YouTube, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. You can see on the screen we have the party bus going to the Hoover Dam. The bus is almost full. You know what we did already with the bus trips in the past with Carolina and Tampa and all this other stuff. We've been doing this for years, 7 years now with the Rise Up Tour fan club. The party bus in Vegas that's heading over to the Hoover Dam. A lot of fans are really excited about this. So definitely you can grab your ticket. It's on the Saturday in Vegas. You have enough time to get up to the Hoover Dam and make it back. A great job to go take some photos and some pictures and to go see one of the greatest sites that they have here in America too as well, the Hoover Dam. But there's also something that we can possibly look into Saturday night in Vegas too as well, because somebody who represents Atlanta is going to be out there, and we want to make sure we can bring some people out there to go support this artist too as well. So hopefully we can go ahead and get some things together. Might not be a fan club event. I might just mention it here on one time for the fans, see how many people heading to Vegas want to go do this event. But Young Jeezy's performing out there in Vegas the same weekend that the Falcons have. And don't forget, you also have the in-conference tournament too, the play-in, or what is this shit, the mid-season tournament that's going on. So if the Hawks end up making it out there to the finals, the Hawks could actually be playing in that game too as well. So you can see on the screen here, we'll drop different bits of information from time to time so you guys can know what's going on. But we keep it rocking and rolling here on One Time for the Fan. Rise Up Tour fan club is doing great things. Big shout out to everybody who's traveled to every away game since 2017, since we first started. We have a lot of people that we've introduced to traveling on the road. We have Terry, you yourself was getting ready to travel on the road this year, not only due to the fan club, but just due to your passion of being a diehard Falcon fan. Haven't been to an away game, Terry, and you wanted to go to an away game, and this was the opportunity for you to go. Of course, we want to make sure you're at 100%. So next year, let's get you back on the road. Here's the cool thing about it. We'll be doing this again next year. So with the games we have, I think we play San Fran in San Fran, Arizona in Arizona, New England in New England, New York in New York. And I'm telling you right now, I'm really looking into if the Falcons are going to Germany. And I mean, I'm pissing people off at this point. I've been texting and calling people for quite some time. But it's in good faith. They wouldn't know. They know that me, good old Jack Spade, would never put out any information or anything that I find out. But I'm telling you, I'm just taking this is a Jack Spade guess. This is a guess that we'll be playing in Germany next year. I just have a feeling. I had the feeling when it came to London. And I can show you a text that I sent Thomas in February last year. I said, Thomas, there's something about this London game that when they announced all the teams and who could be playing, I remember the Falcons that said was one of the 8 teams in the running. And I'm sitting there thinking, bro, we haven't been back to London in years. I think it's us. And I can show you the text. And sure enough, they announced the international games early before the schedule drops. There goes the Falcons. They're going to be announcing the international games probably in about 3 months. What is it? End of November, so December. They should be announcing the international games probably a little bit after Super Bowl. I would not be surprised if you see the Falcons playing in Germany. It happened a couple years ago when we first got the international rights. with London, and then the year after we went to go play in London. We just got the rights for Germany. They put all the information out, and then as you can see now, there's a lot of thumbnails coming out from the Falcons that have the German logo. They keep showing the German Freddy mascot on a lot of their videos. There is a bar in Munich that has the Dirty Birds all over the bar. I know there's other NFL teams, but on the front windows, it says the Dirty Birds with the Falcon logo. So my guess would be that it's probably going to be happening sometime in the near future. My bag for Germany is already packed, just to let you guys know. But Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. You can see what's going on. Everything from cruises to trips to events to parties to mixers to meet and greets to, even the Breckenridge trip that we did. Of course, we have a lot more planned in the future, but everything that we've done, we want to make sure that fans are involved and a part of it. And that's what we have here with the Rise Up Tour fan club. You can see that we have the cruise coming up next year. This is our Sun and Fun Cruise Part 2. Not 1, not the first one, Terry.
Part 2.
Not the first one.
Not the first one.
Second one.
The second one.
Some people are going on their first. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Of course, coming up in Vegas, ticket prices will be going up. We don't control Vegas. Vegas controls Vegas. Young Jock, past Detroit, in Vegas. You never know who else might be stopping there too as well. It's going down in Vegas. Rise Up Tour Fan Club got it going down. You can scan this QR code right here. It'll send you to the link to get all your information. Sunday, December 15th. The VIP sections are available. Tickets were starting at 20. I think they're at like 35 or 40 now. I haven't even been back to the look. But it's going down in a major way. Mateo said that German mascot looks like a turkey, and I don't like it. That's German Fritz. We'll talk about that on the next podcast. We got to wrap it up here, but we'll talk about that on the next podcast. Does the German Falcons mascot, Cass T's in the building? What's up, Cass? Does the German Falcons mascot look like a turkey?
I hope not.
I will say that I'm not going to say this off-brand Freddy, but it doesn't quite look like Freddy, Then again, I'm so used to Freddy. But then here comes Fritz, and it's like, what? That's not Freddy.
Is Fritz Freddy's cousin? Is Fritz Freddy's cousin?
From the multiverse, yes. Apparently it's so.
Maybe.
Freddy's cousin. But we're gonna find out when we go play in Germany, if that does happen anytime soon. But the Falcons keep putting out these videos, more fans will keep looking at it and saying, who is that mascot? So the Falcons do have a German mascot, apparently, because he's all over the German Atlanta Falcons page. So big shout out to everybody from that social media department that handles all that. We can't wait to get out there. Terry, that would be one game for you to go to. If it's one game you had to go to, let's go to Germany. But hey, when that time comes, hopefully the Falcons will announce it early. Hopefully the NFL will announce it early. So we can get to it. Terry, quickly, because we will have another show. We will have another show before Sunday night. So quickly, Terry, your thoughts, Falcons, Chargers, just to wrap up today's show. And of course, they have another practice. Hopefully, this is not a walkthrough. They get through a practice today. Everybody's going to be full participation. And then we'll talk about, the X's and O's tomorrow. But Terry, your thoughts quickly to wrap up Falcons, Chargers. What do we got to do?
Number one, no turnovers. And we probably need at least 2 turnovers from them. We got to be able to run the ball successfully. Going to have to run it for at least 120, 130 yards. Keep on schedule, keep third downs to 5 yards or less, and probably going to need at least 2 or 3 sacks. Going to have to rush more than 4. Going to have to stop the run. Those are just my thoughts.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. You got to keep the run going. You got to get Tyler Algier more involved too as well. I don't know if that's a dummy account or a fake account, but apparently there was a member of Algier's family who made a comment on social media about giving the ball. I guess it was under Raheem's presser about giving the ball to their running backs more. And you start seeing that, and it's like, whoa, what is going on here? So, and I talked about this too as well. We shot the Mateo in the chat. I talked about this too as well. When you have that 2-headed monster at running back, for me, I'm just saying for me, if I'm a player, there's going to be times where I'm like, I need to be in the game. Yeah. There are some teams that don't have a Sonic and Knuckles. They don't have a two-headed monster.
Right.
Some teams just have a running back, and then this guy's just, he behind me. He a running back. Mm-hmm. But then you have that dynamic duo of Algier and Robinson, and what fans been talking about. That's a two-headed monster. That's what you want in your backfield. Bijan does the elusive. Tyler goes pound for pound. But then there's going to be a time where if he doesn't get the ball, mm-hmm. maybe this guy wants to be a prime down running back in another organization. You know what I'm saying? Like mm-hmm. the Cowboys recently went through that when Zeke was doing numbers, and then Tony Pollard came in and started doing numbers, and they were like, what do we do?
I'm glad you brought that up.
And then sure enough, Zeke had to what? Zeke had to bite the dust. They went with Tony Pollard. Pollard's numbers, I guess, didn't do what they were supposed to do with Zeke there. And then they brought Zeke back. I don't even know what's going on in the Cowboys running back room right now. But during that time, they didn't know how to deal with the two-headed monster. No. And if you have somebody's family making comments about handing the ball to the, I'm not going to say the number 2 running back, but the number 2 running back. Mm-hmm. But this is chemistry. It's a two-headed monster. I don't even look at them as being number 1 or number 2. Hey, you guys are working well together. Mm-hmm. But then again, some people might see it as, oh no, bro, you the number 2. And then the way people talk in football, you never know how that might get to a player. Mm-hmm. Bro, you behind him. You number 2. You need to go be number 1. You never know, family. Remember Julio? People get in your ear. Mm-hmm. Man, you can go be the Jets could use you. Man, the Texans can use you. You know what I'm saying?
And it could happen. What's unfortunate is if the Falcons were smart, mm-hmm. if they were smart, they would keep that 2-back tandem.
You have to.
It's interesting that you bring up Ezekiel Elliott because Zeke, for the first 2-3 years, was outstanding. It's 5-6 years later, and he's washed up. You can see it. Yep. And what is it? It's all the mileage on him. It's all the mileage. You have Bijan for 5 years, right? Why burn him out in the first 3 or 4? Everybody's not CMC. I think that's a mistake. I don't think you need to use him like CMC. I think if you're going to do it, maybe 60-40, maybe 55-45. But I definitely think you should use Algier more. Hell, put him out there at the same time, you know? But I don't agree in today's NFL. This is not the days of Tony Dorsett and Earl Campbell. You can't run these guys. They're not built like that. They're not built to last. Yeah. So you draft a guy in the first round. If you want him to last 5 years, you better not run him like that. Those are just my thoughts. But anyway.
Hey, Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Keep the ball on the ground, Falcons against the Chargers. You know, there's going to be some times where Kirk got to air it out. And if they're going to go zone defense, Kirk, pick them apart. But offensive line, let's block. You know, you got 2 studs on the end that can easily get to Kurt, and they can create more pressure for inside guys to get to Kurt. Let's block, right? I've seen some games this year where, Kurt was untouched, right? 1 sack even still. Like, Jersey was clean as hell. Like, come on, Falcons. Let's make sure Kurt is going to be upright, keep him safe. Drake London, Darnell Mooney, you guys eat. Kyle Pitts, let's get active. Let's get active, right? Let's get the whole offense involved early in the game. We're playing at home in the Benz. The swagging will be surfing all through the roof, and we need to have everybody there on time in your seats. I think the weather's going to be pretty decent too as well. So Falcon fans, come on out there, have a good time. Score predictions from Carlo Wiggins. You know me, man. Falcons going to win, but if I'm looking at the score prediction for this game, man, you came out with 6 points last week. You got to get the offense rolling. I'm going to say 24-16 Falcons. In a thriller, I mean, I don't think the Chargers are going to let up, but I do see a team where the comments from the coaches during the presser felt good. Like, oh yeah, we're going to get this going. We're going to get this looking better. You're going to see a different defensive line. I love to hear that. I need to see it happen. And this is not just being Jackie. You're not giving up on this Falcon. I would never, but I'm at the point where you look at the strength of schedule at the beginning of the season. You look at who you're playing. You look at some of the numbers you got. I mean, Kirk's still top 5 in passing. You see where Mooney and London is. And then I went over the stats the other day for the Broncos game. How Bijan was just crushing it as a running back versus Javonte Williams, how Drake London and Mooney were crushing it as wide receivers versus Cortland Sutton, how Kirk Cousins was crushing it over Bo Nix at quarterback. But none of that mattered in the game because the Broncos came out there and kicked their ass.
They had a better game plan. They had a better game plan. Yeah.
You know, you have a top 15 defense over there in LA. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure they're going to bank on their defense against a guy like Kurt. Now, that's the good thing about it. Harbaugh even knows, hey, you let Kirk Cousins get active, he's gonna pick you apart. Mm-hmm. So that's good to know that they have to watch a 37-year-old quarterback like, hey, you better be careful with this guy because you saw what he did. That's why they're first in the division over there. It was also good seeing yesterday on the TV when they were showing the Thanksgiving games, the NFC playoff picture and the NFC standings, right, Terry? Mm-hmm. And you're looking at the teams in the hunt, and it's like, well, where are the Falcons? You're looking, remember in the hunt, looking at teams in the hunt. Where are they at? Oh, they're not over there, baby. They over there first place in the division. That made me feel good. I turned to all the people in the room yesterday. I said, look, y'all, look at the TV right now. I want everybody to see this shit. See it. All that in the hunt stuff. I don't want to see in the hunt no more for this Falcon team. But, you know, hey, big shout out to the Atlanta Falcons. Big shout out to everybody here in the chat. I'm going to talk about it more on the next show. I do see the Bucs losing 2 or 3 games. It's not going to be as easy for as the Bucs as they think to. That Cowboys team yesterday, I hate the Cowboys, but let me tell you something. They possibly will put up a match against the Buccaneers. If that defense plays like they did against the Bucs, it could be an upset. Carolina played Kansas City pretty good.
They did
as well. They really and if they want to decide to say, look, let's go out there and at least try to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you could have a fourth quarter scenario that if it is 20-21, 20-23, you never know what can happen, right? But one thing I don't want to bank on is the Falcons counting on outside help to go win this division. We were supposed to outrun the South. Outrunning the South doesn't mean we need this team to beat this team. Outrunning the South means you did it yourself. You went out there and got the job done. Now, a couple weeks ago, you were outrunning the South. Going into this game Sunday, you could possibly, if you lose, you and the Bucs are right there. If you lose and the Bucs win, you and the Bucs are right there.
Well, you're still a game ahead because you own the tiebreaker.
True, but you don't want to look at the standings and see, my gosh, where did this come from now?
Correct.
Because then we're going to have to go down to, hey, we need this team to beat this team. Hey, we have to win this game. Because we have Minnesota next week.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that Daniel Jones plays, but he's not. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Shout out to Terry, shout out to Bodie, shout out to Kerry. We got to wrap it up. We got to get up out of here. T-Will, your shout outs, man. Then we gone, bro. Yeah, Tony Gwynn was also released too. I'm sorry, no, Jonathan Gwynn, one of our rookie draft picks from, I think it was last year.
That's right. Yeah, he was. I saw that. Well, hey, hopefully he can catch on somewhere. But obviously can be seen here on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. and Friday mornings at 9 a.m. ish. Can be seen
10-15 ish.
Or 10-15 ish.
If it's post Thanksgiving and you lost the battle with Don Julio, most shows the following morning will be a little.
Yeah. We got you guys. We got you. Give us a mulligan on that. It's Thanksgiving week, but in all seriousness, I can also be seen on my channel at the number 4, my ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. We have shows there tonight at 7 p.m. And I think it'll be a good one. We have a few things in store that we hadn't really broken out lately, so we'll see how that plays. And then, of course, we have a show Monday morning to kind of recap the Falcons game on Sunday. So that's essentially where you can catch us. Again, please like, share, and subscribe for One Time for the Fan, as well as for my ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe both. Last but not least, hey, man, thank God yesterday, first Thanksgiving without my mom. Got through it, made it, Mom. Love you. And hey, man, one day at a time. Appreciate it. Thank God for waking me up this morning. Thank God for everything he's doing for me. And, thank God for giving me this podcast and something to do with my time so I can focus and not think about everything that's going on this year. That being said, got to thank Brother Jack and my brother Eric Parker for giving me a chance in this business. Jack, as long as you keep inviting me, I will keep coming back. And now, sir, it is on you.
Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all really make this show great. Everybody who listens afterwards, everybody who watches the show afterwards, even leaves comments after the show too as well. Thank you all. Mateo, Smooth C, William Amy, everybody, right? For those that we may have missed on the shout out for the previous shows.
Oh,
shout
hey,
out
one thing. Yep. Carlo, thank you, brother, for he was saying the show with Eric was good. Thank you, Carlo. Sorry about that. I missed him. Thank you.
No, you're good, brother. You're good. Hey, rise up to everybody here in the chat. We all want to win. Not one person here in this chat is going to come back Sunday and say, see, I told you. I told you we were going to. Nah.
Yeah.
Everybody here wants to win, right? We're all Falcon fans. I'm sure, Terry, you're wearing your Falcon hat. I have my Falcon hat, Falcon shirt. I know most people in this chat here is probably wearing some type of Falcon apparel, or they're getting ready to go shop on Black Friday for some of these deals.
Let's go.
And there is for those in the city, for those people in the city, and you know we talk Falcons football all the time. Here it is. Stop by the Falcons Miffland pop-up shop in Ponce City Market today from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. to be the first to shop the Falcons Miffland collection. You guys saw it the other day with Ray styling new Falcon collection brand that they have with a company called Mifflin, and it looked like some pretty cool designs here. So just like they did with the Outcast apparel too as well.
Yeah,
you want to go ahead and try to get this this one of a kind Falcons Mifflin collection. I think that's all a couple sweaters, a couple shirts. I think I saw a jacket and a hoodie too. So for Falcon fans, if you're in the city from 5 to 9 p.m. today, head on over to Ponce City Market. There's going to be a pop-up shop. I'm sure you probably, as soon as you park, you're probably going to see all the balloons and the cheerleaders or how the Falcons design it, because it's not just going to be like, in the back of a street in some alley. But the Falcons definitely have a cool collection of apparel that they're going to be doing. It says cop the exclusive merch and enjoy beverages, giveaways, and more. And then I believe it's tomorrow, or is it today, that Bijan Robinson is going to be at the team store in Atlantic Station. So if you want to get your autograph too as well for seeing Bijan and grab some gear, check out the Falcons website.
Isn't that Lisa Shepherd land?
I believe that is Lisa Shepherd land. So Bijan Robinson is going to be at the team store. I believe it's today or tomorrow. So Falcon fans, if you're in the area, head on over there, meet Bijan, say what's up, and grab some gear. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody who makes this show great. Terry, Bodie, Carrie, thank you all. Every special guest that we've had here on this show, thank you all. As we get ready to wrap up the end of the year, there's going to be a lot of thank yous going out because, this year has been great so far, and we want to end it off with a bang. We do have another giveaway coming up too as well. Everybody who's been donating to the super chats, thank you so much for that. Me and Terry still haven't found a way to make this super chat thing work with the introducing the super chats, but we're going to think of something really cool. I'm telling you, Falcon fans. But as you guys know, we have a lot going on. I'm sure you guys have a lot going on. Take care of your family. Take care of your friends. Keep repping these Falcons. Hey, man, it's one time for the fan. It's from the fan for the fan. Terry,